It's been over 5 years since the Me Too movement revolutionized our society. It empowered women to demand gender equity and challenge toxic workplace cultures. And while many may argue that the movement is dead or not needed anymore, the reality is much darker. Women still experience toxic behavior at workplaces. And the latest example is the British Ministry of Defence. You heard that right. Over 60 women have spoken up, exposing sexual assault, harassment, abuse by their male colleagues at the UK's Ministry of Defence. According to the British daily The Guardian, 60 senior women came forward to describe what they saw was a hostile and toxic culture at the department. It was reportedly sent last month by a large group of senior civil servants to the department's permanent secretary. It contained anonymized testimonies in which women described their personal experiences. The women said they were groped, touched repeatedly. They called their workplace hostile to women. They claimed that their male colleagues refused to see them as equal and respected partners. When one woman comes forward with these allegations, it's a matter that demands an investigation. And when 60 women, a big percentage of an entire government department, make such a serious allegation, it tells us that there is something seriously wrong going on there. Clearly, it's systemic. This is no ordinary office. These are civil servants expected to uphold higher standards. Just what is going on there? Let me read out extracts from that letter. In their letter, one testimony read, and I'm quoting, "I avoid walking through the pillared hall alone. The groups of men staring is horrible. They have even wolf whistled. The constant objectification and harassment is appalling. Behaviors that are completely unacceptable on public transport, for example, are accepted in pockets of the main building." Another testimony read like this. "I was propositioned by a military officer late at night in a corridor on an overseas MOD base when I was leaving my room to go to the bathroom. I felt sick with fear and could not sleep afterwards, not knowing whether he had access to keys and could get into my room," quote unquote. And there are more like these. Aren't they disturbing, to say the least? These are people shaping countries' policies, responsible for matters relating to UK's defence. This is the news that comes out from its hallowed halls. If these allegations were not disconcerting enough, some of the women also reported offensive comments and a lack of support while they were pregnant. In their letter, the women said that they were disrespected, outnumbered in meetings, overlooked for promotions. It led to a vicious cycle of teams at the top that consisted of only men. So, did they speak out? According to the letter, many times, only to be snubbed. They said attempts to sneak out are generally minimized rather than listened to. This is an epidemic. It's a crisis that demands immediate investigation. So what's happened to this letter? From what we know, it has been sent to a board-level HR committee. That committee has called for immediate action, but the women insist that the scale of the problem is so big it needs external intervention. But the truth is, there have been no shortages of inquiries. The real question is, have concrete steps been taken at the top? In response to these letters, the UK MOD just said it was deeply concerned. The department assured that they are taking action. But if such reports keep coming out, how many women will want to pursue such careers and work there? And this is why the fight for workplace safety, equality, respect is not over, far from it. And the urgency is real. WION now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the updates on the move.